Hey there, it's Gladys, and it's no filter, no makeup, because I'm about to start a course. It starts in exactly 4 minutes, but I wanted to make sure that I answered one of your burning questions today. So I have two questions that are very similar. One says, how to get and know a guy is telling the truth, and then the other one says, how to spot a truthful man with proper intentions from the rest. So this may seem like a very common sense answer, and maybe you were hoping for something else, but I'm going to tell you the truth. This is the proven step, the proven process for getting to know whether a man is truthful or not. You ready? Take your time to get to know him. Now, I know I say that, and then the voice in your head that just went, what voice in my head, Gladys? The one that is constantly talking to you in your head is saying, yeah, but I don't want to waste my time. There's a difference between taking your time and wasting your time. A lot of times, the fear of wasting time has women rush into relationships or rush into dating someone before you actually know if this is somebody I want to invest this much time, energy, and attention in. And then you start, I said this in one of the previous videos, you start acting like you're a girlfriend before you even know this person well enough to know, do I even want to go out on like 3 more dates with them, right? So why is taking your time so important? Like I said, it's different. Wasting your time is rushing in, spending 2-3 months with someone, and then finding out they're not the right person. Taking your time means you are giving yourself the opportunity to first, we always recommend start chatting. If you meet online, right? Start chatting with the person online. If you happen to meet the person in person, and then there's going to be a date, like maybe you met, let's say at a party or at a restaurant, and then he says, I'd love to take you out. That's great. We still recommend, whether you meet online or you meet in person, that you have at least 2 or 3 conversations with the person on the phone before you meet in person. Now, that doesn't mean he's not your boyfriend. He doesn't have to call you every day, and they don't have to be 30 minutes to 60 minutes to 3-hour conversations. But the reason you want to have conversations before you get to know the person is you're going to start learning about this person and about yourself too, how you feel while you're talking to them. But you're really about that, I had to cough. You're really taking the time to see, like, how does the conversation flow? What kinds of things are you learning about this person? Is this person asking you questions to get to know you? And while you're not a fortune teller, and if you're like me, you're not psychic, you may not know that even if you have 20 conversations with the person, you may not know that everything that they're saying is true. But what you'll start to do is you'll start to notice I'm doing this like an ebb and flow, but it's more like the dynamic of the conversation, the things that the person is telling you about themselves. People tell you a lot about themselves right from the beginning. And ask questions that are important to you without sounding like you're interrogating the guy, right? You don't want to sound like an interrogator, but you want to be interested and interesting as you answer your own questions. Be interested in him, and then see if there are, if he answers a question the same way. Does the story change? Sometimes that happens. Sometimes people aren't who they say that they are. But what you want to be doing is you want to be giving yourself enough time to get to know the person before you go on the date, so that then you can say to yourself, okay, I can see myself spending 30 minutes, 2 hours with this person, 30 minutes like a coffee date, or 2 hours if you go to dinner and then walk around. Now I feel like I know this person well enough, not well and not enough, well enough to know if I want to go out on a date with them. That's what I would recommend, so that way you're not feeling like you're, just being led by if there's a lot of chemistry, by your hormones, by your feelings, which can change from 1 minute to the next. And you are knowing, you know what? I'm taking my time. I'm getting information, and then I can make wise choices based on the information that I'm learning. And then as you date and as you continue getting to know him, keep paying attention to what he shares with you, and also how you feel as you're learning more about him. You are going to start to see if there's inconsistencies, if the person says one thing and does another, if they answer a question differently, if the story changes often. Don't ignore those signs. Some people would call them red flags because people are really telling you who they are from the very beginning. All right, I hope this is helpful, and I'll see you on tomorrow's burning question.